I came in not knowing what was going on, but I picked up things quickly because of the BAC. I mean, for a couple of examples I took linear algebra my second quarter at Stanford, which is a tough class, especially as you're transitioning from French to English, and it's material you've never seen before. Same thing was true throughout my major. I studied management science and engineering. We did a lot of tough engineering courses, and having the BAC as a background as a foundation was really helpful. Well, we studied HIV for a good portion of the curriculum. I can't remember if it was 11th or 12th grade. And in my first job out of college, the first year was focused on helping or consulting in HIV for a pharma company here in the Bay Area. So I had to know the ins and outs of HIV, both from a medical standpoint, but also community health standpoint, from a social justice standpoint. I mean, the whole spectrum, and having the biology down was really helpful. Majored in management science and engineering, which is a mix of business and engineering. Then you have to choose a specific track. So I chose entrepreneurship. It had a longer name, but it boiled down to entrepreneurship. So took a lot of classes where I got to hear from people at startups in the Bay Area, or people who were once at startups and now they're large companies. At Google, I'll be doing product marketing for their Google Assistant product, which is their artificial intelligence technology. From a practical standpoint, being bilingual is very helpful in communicating with other people from other countries and whatnot. The second piece of that would be having a competitive advantage. So whether it's interviewing for a job or in your existing job. I think one of the examples was in my consulting job, I was able to start interviewing doctors a lot earlier than other people would be at the company because I spoke French and speak a little bit of Spanish. But one of the main things is being able to understand how other people see the world, like people outside of the US, understanding where they're coming from or what they're focused on a daily basis versus what people in the US are focused on. And a lot of my social interactions at Stanford were with international students there because I think I felt more comfortable interacting with people who have different experiences than maybe some of the people who just grew up in the US. I think Google in particular strives to have a diverse team just because they need people with different perspectives. Well, I would say definitely stay in the French track. I think a lot of people switch over. I had friends who switched over, but having that deep education all the way from kindergarten through 12th grade, it's a little different if you leave early. So having it through 12th grade, a lot of the magic happens after the brevet. That's when I think you learn some of the more challenging concepts and most interesting things. So I definitely recommend staying in the French track. And I mean, international is a great place with all of the things they offer, including the French track. Yeah, well, people say once you get to Google that you stay at Google. Okay. But knowing me, I mean, I've in some ways unpredictable, so I don't know it exactly. For now, I'm just gonna see how Google goes, and ideally one day I would like to be my own boss. Yeah. If that's a kosher way of putting it. I would like to maybe start my own company someday, and ideally do something good in the world. I mean, I think one of the things that I learned, especially after working for a year on HIV, is that social impact is really important to me. I'm doing something in my life and my career where I feel like I'm having a positive impact in the world will keep me fulfilled.